There he is. You gonna stick around with us here? You want to stay here? I'm good with it. I'm fine with
I'll
it.
stay for a bit.
All right, man. How you doing, ATL Audits?
Good.
You okay?
How's your day going?
Hey, man, how's it going?
Went rainy by you guys?
It didn't start raining here at all. It sprinkled yesterday.
Yeah, it's getting kind of chilly up here.
Oh, it's getting cold, no doubt. We're down to 73. No, seriously, it's like down to 50, 45.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, folks are from my wife's folks are from Ecuador, boy. They're not used to this kind of cold. they're like 80 and 90 degrees all year round down there. So they got their heavy winter coats on when it's 70 degrees, you know?
Yes, that's the way you survive, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So what are we talking about tonight?
Oh, I got one of your videos I was fixing to go over.
Yeah, I like that the last one you did there.
That very last one, I thought you might like. I didn't know if you'd post it or not, but it is a little.
Yeah, I put it on.
That's cool. I appreciate it.
Officer, judge, jury, and executioner.
Right. I am the law.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I might even go look for that one right quick. Let's see. We'll do it from over here. I showed him the other one already.
Yeah, he tries to make himself sound like he's intelligent by giving himself a little pause in his voice, but he just makes himself look like an intelligent idiot, you know? Yes, that's correct. Yes, that's correct. I don't know what I'm doing. That's correct. I mean, the hubris in these people, it's just insane.
Okay. For whatever reason, I'm not seeing your most, or well, maybe it wasn't the. Okay, I sent you another one. After the pre-crime one. At least I think I sent it to you. Damn, I hope I sent it to you.
Yeah, I have pre-crime, no due process, and right. Well, there was two of them.
There is two. I'm looking at two of them. I can show you one of them now.
We had some problem with the mail. You didn't get this. This is a criminal trespass warning. For
what crime? What crime have I committed?
None.
So how can it be a criminal trespass?
It's a warning.
How can you give me a warning without committing a crime? What is your name?
Sergeant Jones.
What's your badge number?
14807.
Okay. How can you give me a criminal trespass without committing a crime?
It's easy.
It is? Mm-hmm. Under what law can you do that?
It's easy.
16721.
Can you read that, please?
You can. Dude. All right. What I need you to do is sign.
So when you're not following the law, everything is easy.
I guess so. That makes sense.
I'm not refusing. You have to tell me. You have to tell me what crime I'm committing.
You have not committed any crime.
I haven't committed a crime.
Prevent you from committing a crime.
Wow.
There was another one I sent with the Judge Dredd bit in it, and also no, not the one with the Judge Dredd bit.
Need help driving quality shoppers to your store?
God, I told you not to do that. Just had an argument with it about that. There was another one with Tyrone Biggums with the IDs. I took every single time that lady at the I can't remember where she was at, the police department or wherever. Every single time she says the word ID, I edited it out. And then every time the cop says ID, I edit it out. And then I'll send it to you. I thought I sent it to you. I'll check. Pretty sure I sent it. I got one of them things right up here somewhere. Find it. There you are.
That's the first one you sent me. The second one you sent me was
How are you doing that?
Waffle.
Would you please stop it?
That's a good one.
Somehow,
Prize.
I have managed.
I thought I lost my cat until.
Windows unbalanced. I have them all lined up in a way so that I can get to everything. And when you move one, sometimes you cover another one up and you get to a point where you can't actually get to it. Anyway, let me see, make sure I sent it to the right person. Well, I mean, Ninja style ideas like crack. It might have went to your spam folder because I sent like 3 in a row.
All right, I looked at 2.
Okay, I sent a third one, I don't know, a couple hours ago, but
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I see it now.
right. It's no, I can't show it. I don't have it lined up. But that's cool. I thought you might like it. It's it might, like I said, it might be a little too racy for your channel. I don't know. Maybe. Perhaps.
I'll take a look at it.
Yeah, so Georgia Guardi, we've done all that. We can go to the other thing. We're going to the TikToks now, y'all. We're going back to the TikToks where we're supposed to be at. So I'm gonna pop Harry down for a second and let you have the floor for a minute to kind of explain your channel, explain your content, and toss out any shout out any channels that you want. That cool, Harry?
Hey, you know what, dude? That's super cool. And what I'd like to do is give him his time. I'm gonna pop on out of here, and then
Okay.
I'll jump into the chat.
All right, man. While you're in there, I'm gonna mod you.
Right on, brother. Thanks.
Yeah, man.
Okay, bye.
All right, brother. So what's your channel's full name?
Atlanta Audits, U.S. Constitution.
That's not right. People are slight morons. They get kind of autistic when they're not paying attention. And when you say your channel, it's ATL Audits, U.S. Constitution. Because if you say Atlanta Audits, they're going to look up Atlanta Audits and find a bunch of voting crap from the election and stuff. That's why I suggested ATL Audits. Was any other variation there had like 3,000 possible results, but ATL Audits had 7. And they were all related to old material. So yours is number 2 now.
Yeah.
Result, which is pretty good.
Yeah. After you suggested it, I went ahead and I changed that up, hoping to get some more hits on a search. I don't know how to manipulate these search engines.
Right. It's a bit of a thing. You know,
I'm hoping one of these shorts goes viral on me one of these times.
We'll
Got my
see.
fingers crossed.
We'll see. There's some potential there. I'm gonna keep looking at it, and if I don't know, I can't really explain what it is that I do. I've seen a bajillion movies. I've seen virtually every movie since they started making movies. I worked in movie stores until I was 20, until 2004 when all of the movie stores died all at once, and I left that movie store with 5,000 movies. Paid a quarter a piece for them.
Nice.
So
you got yourself a DVD library.
No, it's mostly VHSs.
Is it really? Wow.
Yeah, I have an original copy of The Last Starfighter. I have an original copy of the first copy of Star Wars.
Nice.
Old one that doesn't have any of the remake, any of it. They're literally doing all their shots in closets and stuff. They look like they're in an alleyway somewhere.
I remember standing in line to go see that movie over in Levittown Shopping Center. There was a line going around the building to get into that movie theater.
I saw Return of the Jedi in theaters when I was a very, very small monkey. Very, very small Squatch.
Yeah, it was I think in 1976. I saw the first one.
Yeah, I'll buy that. All right.
I think that was it. I think it was 1976. I think it is. Yeah. But wow, that was a long time ago.
I just like I said, I've watched a bazillion trillion movies, and I have this weird memory where sometimes when I'm watching other things, it triggers memories
Oh,
of a particular line from a movie or something, and I'll
sure,
just
sure.
giggling maniacally and run in here and go find that line somewhere, anywhere on the ether webs that I can find it, and then I'll farm it up, edit it down, and put it in my library and use it later.
Mm-hmm. But I'm really hoping. Like I was kind of giving you a background yesterday or the day before on it about this little hate group in my neighborhood, and how they all have relatives in the police department, all in the school systems, fire department, all in the civil service, and I was complaining about some things in the HOA, and they were just being straight out pricks about it. And so I just kept on, I kept on knocking on that door, stirring the pot. So they got a little angry with me because they're used to people, after giving them, they give someone an answer, they're used to people just rolling over and dealing with it, and they get their way every time without question.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know. Maybe it's because I was born in the Bronx or something. I don't know what the hell it is.
That's what that accent is. I couldn't
Yeah.
figure it out. It's been mellowed out from being down here for a while. It's
Yeah,
not as
it
sharp
is.
as most of those folks from up there. It's curved around a little bit.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm just not the type of person to let things lie. If it bothers me, I can't. I just can't let it go for the better good. I just don't have that in me. I wish I did. I think I'd be much farther in life right now than what I am if I was able to kind of let things go when I see something wrong going on.
I'll tell you,
But
the hardest thing I ever had to learn to do was nothing.
yeah, I haven't been able to accomplish that yet.
Get you a good
But
drug habit and kick it. You'll figure out how to do nothing.
I never liked the taste of beer.
I can't
You
stand
know,
it either. Not a
so
fan.
alcohol never really caught on with me. You
I am an
know,
alcoholic. I don't
It's-
often, but when I do, I drink to get completely hammered. I'm that
yeah.
guy that's blackout drunk in the back of the truck by 4:30.
Well, yeah. When I drink, I like my vodka.
Quite right.
And you drink to do something. It's not for leisure. It's to get a job done. It's you're gonna drink. You're gonna drink.
Well, vodka is good for two things: degreasing engine blocks and killing brain cells.
Sure is, and it works really well too. There's really no doubt about it. You got to stay away from the potato vodka.
Yeah.
Always stick with the kosher. Go with green. A potato will kill you. I tried the potato once. It wasn't pretty. Ended up on. I ended up on the floor of yeah. No, don't drink potato vodka. That's my moral objective for today to put out there. But I'm getting off topic about the channel. These guys are real nasty, and I just found out a couple of days ago. Now, I put his picture up. He's the head of public safety. Now, the head of public safety, he's the head of the sheriff's department. He's the head of the police department. Everything.
That's not a conflict of interest.
Well, the thing is, the guy in the HOA is a retired fireman. And I couldn't figure out when he called the cops on me for bringing my service dog to the pool. He told them, well, he's a retired fireman. And, I couldn't figure out why he said that. Because, if you say, oh, I'm a retired cop and a cop comes, okay, but why is he saying he's a retired fireman? There has to be some kind of importance to it. And then he tried to file for false charges on me for something else a week or so later. And again, when the cop came out, because I got the police video, I put it up. He said again, I'm a retired fireman. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, twice this guy's on video saying this. What is the importance of him saying this? So I'm looking around and I was up in the human resources. I went to public safety, trying to report this conflict of interest with reporting complaints, because you reported a complaint and it just goes to the guy's supervisor, or goes to internal affairs. Internal affairs sends it right back to the supervisor again, and the supervisor decides what to do. So I was like, I'm up in public safety trying to figure out, look, there's a big conflict of interest here. There's no civilian review group. I mean, what's going on with this? And I asked him, the captain up at the deputy chief up at public safety. It's like, who's your boss? And I asked him if he was a cop or not, and he couldn't answer me. He said, well, I don't know if he's a cop. I was like, are you kidding me? You don't know if your boss is a police officer or not?
I saw that one. That was really weird.
Yeah, I'm like, are you kidding? I said, well, that's awfully peculiar. And I asked him, what is he? He comes out and said he was a fireman. I'm like, oh, look at that. Why was it so important for the HOA guy to tell the cops he was a retired fireman? Why? Because that cop's boss's boss is also a fireman. Who knows Doug? Friends.
That's what we call the good old boy network.
Yeah, and they're not going to come out and tell you who they are.
Oh, no.
And they don't think you're intelligent enough to figure it all out.
I believe they just don't care.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, that's a very big part of it, too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in a small town down here, man. We know everybody. Everybody knows everybody. We all know what everybody is in and doing and all that stuff. Like, if you're involved in some heavy drug use or heavy drug trafficking, it's not going to stay secret for long. If you tell one person, 3 people to know by the weekend and 8 people to know by next week, and then cops will be knocking on your door and talking to your mama. Not,
Yeah.
they won't come over and arrest you right away. They'll come by and tell you, your mama, hey, we starting to hear things about him. You might want to talk to him. Or they'll go up and kick in your door and arrest everybody, shoot your dog, and take a dump in your fern on the way out. You never know.
I'll have your mom drag you into the police house, into the jail cell, instead of the officer having to come out and do it.
Hey, freaking geek, how you doing?
But here up here towards Atlanta in the metro area, the Marietta and Cobb County.
Yeah.
We still have a small town, but it's actually it's grown real quick. It's grown like 100 times over in the last maybe 5 years. We got mansion alleys up here. It's nuts. It just boomed overnight. The prices of houses have more than tripled.
Yeah.
And
that don't make no sense in a pandemic with everybody scattering and going everywhere except for into cities. Why is it suddenly properties become 3 times more valuable than it was when I was looking less than a year ago?
Yeah. But let me tell you, they still got that small town, function, but they're not in a small town anymore.
Right.
And people are starting to sniff them out real quick on the dirtiness, because that kind of small town mentality works in a small town. This is not a small town anymore, and you need to treat everyone equally, and that's not what they do.
All right. Harry just posted your link in the chat for you.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, I was trying to. I was hoping you'd be able to type in chat at some point in time during this, so that I could mod you. But Harry's got it handled. He's doing good. All right. So you want to watch videos, or you got some more to tell us? I'm riveted.
No, it's the same old thing, and then they got the school involved, because the people in my hate group, they work up at the local school over here where my kid goes.
In my experience, when it comes to people in groups like this, the problem is not so much that it's an individual or even a group of 2 or 3 individuals. It's the fact that this person is married to that person who's a brother to that person who married his cousin that's married to this one. And you end up with basically, there's a small town. I'm not going to name the name of it. There's about maybe 360 people in it total. The same person is the registrar, the magistrate, the only police officer, and like the mayor. It's all the same person. So if you have a problem in that town, you either know them and go to their house for dinner and talk to their wife and kids and then sit in the study afterwards and have
Sort it out, yeah.
Or you just get run over by the system.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, you know, if you're wealthy enough, you buy enough land, I mean, you could do that. And that's how you get out of paying some of these, you know, billionaires, how they get out of paying a lot of taxes on their personal property is that they own enough property to consider it their own town.
No. The thing is this town used to be a railroad town, and then it was a farming town, and now the farmers have largely they're all 80 and 90 years old, and their kids all went to factories and have moved off to the city or gone to do anything else they could think of other than driving a tractor for 18 hours. Like there was when I was a kid, there was 920 people in that town. There's probably less than 600 there now.
Yep. And it'll be dead by the end of the month for old age.
Well, I mean, yeah, no, the average age in the town last time I checked was 4 years old. So 600 people, and most of them are 64 and older.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what happens. And then the town just turns into dust after a while. I know there's a lot of towns here that are off map.
Look at
that are just, what's that?
Toomsboro ain't even a thing no more, man.
Oh, really?
When I was a kid, Toomsboro had a little pizza shack, and there was a pool hall down there, and you could go buy moonshine down by the river, and that was about it.
Yeah.
Last I heard, a bunch of black people are trying to buy it to build Wakanda or something. I don't know, or they bought it. I think they actually bought it. So I don't care. It's fine. I'll go wave at them as I ride through, and I might stop and get me some sugar cane, because that's where we always got our sugar cane from, off over there on the other side of the river. You know.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what. There are places. Well, I saw it a lot in Louisiana when I was stationed down there. Just towns where just like what you just explained. You know, the kids moved out, the old timers just passed away and left everything there. There's actually towns where there's houses and everything, but there ain't a soul in sight.
I'm dead serious. That is Toomsboro. You can ride over to Toomsboro right now. There's a police department, a bank. There's everything you could possibly imagine. All of it's closed up shop. The whole city center is either up for sale or was just bought. I can't remember.
Yeah.
1.6 million was the last number that I saw when I was perusing. That was like a year and a half ago.
Well, that's
it's crazy.
All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at some videos, man.
So basically, the way this part goes is, I got some videos I went through and farmed up off of various sites. Almost entirely TikTok this time. I tried to find a witch, man. I really did. The closest I could get was a miraculous old lady. She has the amazing ability of turning suntanning oil into whiskey. So that seemed magical enough to me. But closest I could get to a witch. And it was all Halloween and everything. I figured I'd find a bunch of makeup things, but I didn't. So dude lost his cat.
I thought I lost my cat until.
What are you doing in my house? What are you doing in my house? I want waffle fries.
Water. Earth.
Now, I put this one in not because it's real cool,
Air.
but because I kind of think this is animal abuse.
Water.
I mean, I know it's not actually hurting the animal, but look at it. It looks quite upset with this situation. I wouldn't let people do this with my cat. Actually, you wouldn't do this with my cat. You wouldn't allow it. That would not be permitted. But it's just a silly thing folks are doing. It has to do with the was it the waterbender? No, airbender. Yeah, airbender. There's an anime that came out a while back. They made a movie or two about it, and it's relatively popular with the childrens.
You can do what? You won't.
The tism is strong with this one.
I got a window.
You can do what? You won't.
I got a window.
I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be in there doing like an airsoft thing, or maybe he's supposed to be doing some type of like National Guard training. He's certainly not supposed to be ripping windows out of the wall. This one's like a cute seal that I thought was really cute because he winks at you, and it's got some music playing on it. What is he doing there? I don't know.
This might be the strangest customer order ever. One
right.
time a customer...
So apparently somebody ordered a special made pastry specifically for this gentleman to deliver to a particular person. I think she has it delivered to his car. And it's a little more than circumcised.
This might be the strangest customer order ever. One time a customer ordered a big bone donut and asked for it to be filled with custard. But the weird part was that she asked me to cut one side of the dog bone donut and leave it detached in the box. She said it was an order for her boyfriend to remind him to treat her well or otherwise... I think but this might be the strangest customer.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I understand. No problem here. Yes, ma'am. What do you do? You come out from work, you find that sitting in the seat of your car.
You try not to sleep that night is what you do.
I learned to sleep with one eye open. Yup.
They say he killed 17 people just for looking at him.
Man, I ain't looking at nothing. I'm blind. All right, now this guy gets my Idiot of the Week award. He's certainly having fun. He's got 2 drills attached to 2 wheels and a creeper, and he's in the middle of the floor with both the drills on, just spinning.
Well, that's a good idea right there.
Dude, there's way too many rednecks in the world to be putting this on TikTok. This is going to get people injured. I mean, that is unsafe work practices right there. MSHA would be having a field day.
Ice cream.
This guy.
Chocolate syrup.
Diabetes.
Ice cream.
Diabetes. See, I don't really understand. This guy here, he does a bunch of these TikToks where he just dumps stuff into a bowl. He like makes the world's biggest sundae or the world's biggest parfait or whatever. I don't know how it's a house.
Like throwing a watermelon off the rooftop, see what happens, yeah.
It's gonna freaking explode and look great when it hits the ground. When you got 2 jobs, right?
Oh no!
I used to work at Dairy
Queen. Oh, okay.
Oh, that poor girl. I had a chick do that to me a couple of weeks ago. Like, no joke. Yeah, no, we have a Dairy Queen here in town, and they've been cycling through their people, and that's one of the things they train them to do when they're doing the ice cream is to turn it upside down to show you it's frozen, and then they give it to you. And apparently it's such a strong force of motor memory that they're dumping it in people's laps.
Oh, all right. I didn't get it there for a second.
Now she's working at Sonic, right? She's delivering drinks, not ice cream. And
I used to work at Dairy Queen. Okay. Yeah, right. I'm a little slow. I was a little slow on the draw there.
Well, she didn't say it right. She started laughing before she got Dairy Queen out. Yeah.
She had it. Well, she didn't intend it. I mean, she had the perfect comeback. On why she did it.
Although that one kind of looked staged to me. It looked like she meant it. It's still funny to me. I don't know. You're just.
I saw that.
That's good eating right there, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
If it wasn't running quite so fast, it'd land on my plate.
You ever have a deer just come out of nowhere on you like that?
Oh man, yeah. Oh man, the whole hood of my truck got caved in by a deer that fell out of the sky. I was riding down a road that had a bank on one side pretty high. There was a field on,
Uh-huh.
and the road had been cut down to get down to the level of the person's house over here. And I'm riding along, and I'm not even going fast, and I see a deer out in front of me, and I'm like, "Oh no, I hope that deer doesn't run at me." And all of a sudden, bam! Whole hood
Boom.
caved in. I had a buck land right in the middle of my hood. He tried to jump the lights and didn't quite make it.
Yeah. I was hunting up. I was up in the Finger Lakes. I was hunting one year, and I was waiting all morning. We got out there at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was waiting there on my stand, waiting. 9 o'clock passes. I'm up there 4 hours. I'm up there 5 hours. I don't know what happened. I was just like, maybe I dozed off or something. But I look up. I get this strange feeling. I look over like this, and there's a buck right here, looking me right in the eye. It's like, son of a bitch. Look at that. And then all of a sudden he saw me move. I don't think he thought I was a real person. He saw me move, and then he jumped right on me and then took off, and I got rear-ended with his back legs.
Ooh.
Knocked me right off that stand.
I've petted one when I was 12 or 14. I grew up in the middle of a swamp that beggars the imagination. Once you get to my pop's house, if you go in any direction, you're going out of the swamp and no longer into the swamp, right? He's about as far in as you could get before you start coming back out. And so I've come across all kinds of crazy stuff back there. Bears, the cougars, they've been wandering through my yard, like badgers. And they say there aren't wolverines down here, but they're smoking too much crack to find them or something, because there certainly are. I've seen them.
Yeah.
They're bigger than badgers. They resemble a badger, but they're bigger. They're somewhere between a bear and a badger. The bobcats galore. I can't tell you how many bobcats we've
You got the big deer down there, or you just have the small ones?
we got them little whitetails.
Okay.
Yeah. On my channel, one of the very first videos I posted are a video of some island deer off the coast over here. Edisto Island. They're like highly endangered. There are only maybe 500 or 600 of them left or something like that. And these things, I'm not joking. I have a dog bigger than them full grown. My mastiff outweighs the deer on that island by a good 10 pounds. Easily.
See, I'm not used to that. Up north in New York, I mean, some of these things are
big ass
yeah,
deer.
yeah. I mean, they're you minimum the bucks are like 200 pounds. They're anywhere from like usually you get a buck, it's 150, and then usually more towards the 200 mark. But some of them look like they're on the they had Kodak Park up there, which is a big it's like the size of a city, and it's all fenced off and no one's allowed back there. But what it's done is allowed the deer population to explode, and no one hunts them down, and they live these real long lives. And there's deer back there, bucks back there that look like they're on an insurance commercial. With the Prudence, I think it is. I'm telling you, you're talking like 20-point bucks.
Yeah, my dog's name is Moose, by the way. He's a 115-pound mastiff.
That's a big puppy.
Enormous, dude.
Mm-hmm.
God grant it. All right. So, how to lose your car 101? No, what just happened? We good? You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, that was weird. I don't know what the hell that was. I just had like a weird pop up happen in the middle of my screen, told me to prove I wasn't a robot. Anyway, so how to lose your car 101.
How to lose your car 101.
Oh no, mate! Oh no!
got him.
What the?
He revved his engine at them from behind, and they boiled the back tires and laid drag, and the cops stopped them. It was the cop that was revving the engine at him.
Mm-hmm.
Asshole. I don't
Stay away from the other people, you hear me? If you stay in this fucking chair, get the fuck out.
Where the hell is that?
I don't know where it's at, but as the only information I can really find about it is apparently this is some kind of a clinic for
Yeah, it looks like a hospital emergency room.
maybe I don't. It might be a hospital, but I think it's for addiction clinic type thing. I think they're doing like accepting entries or whatever. And
Okay.
this chick has been running around in the waiting room just screaming at folks. There was a little more to it, but I opened with music and they cut it out. I can't remember where I saw the other clip, but it wasn't much more.
There once was a man who'd had no sleep. He'd been up 6 days on methamphetamine. The voices grew loud through the blinds he'd creep. Paranoia is starting to grow. Soon will the shadow men come, probably while he's digging through the carpet for crumbs. One day when the tweaking is done, off to bed he'll go. The next day he will star once more, knowing that another batshit better's in store. You'll find him in a window looking for drones. They're all after him, you know.
Something to keep in mind. He's not hearing that music. That dude's just freaking out in the street somewhere and somebody put it to music.
Soon will the shadow men come, probably while he's digging through their carpet for crumbs. One day when the tweaking is done, off to bed he'll go. One day he'd finally had enough, so he flushed what he had left of the stuff. He no longer could stand to live.
Why the hell would you take a substance that made you do that?
Man, don't. I never was a big one for the methamphetamines. I couldn't.
Why?
I
mean, just why?
I couldn't do it. Good
now,
night.
I've known people that taken like meth, like over the counter, that are legitimate users. Like people with like MS, they use it for things like fatigue, and you can get an actual prescription for methamphetamines. And you don't act like this on this stuff.
Well, no. If okay, it's awful words in English. Okay. Some people, like I have a buddy of mine who has a certain type of literal psychotic disorder. The man is utterly untamable. You can give him Depakote, you can put him on any type of downer you want. Nothing. He might slow down a little bit, but he's going to be over there chewing on the back end of a pen and swinging his glasses around by one arm while shaking his leg and trying to do something. He do a lot of meth. He'll sit down, drink a cup of coffee, and he might nod off. It's the craziest shit I ever saw.
Yeah, it worked. Yeah, it was weird how that works.
Absolutely astounding. So, but that's brain chemistry for you, I guess. There's another monstrosity.
Oh, this.
Yeah, look at that thing, man.
That's what I'm used to seeing. There. That's what we see up north, those guys.
We have ours break about 110 pounds sometimes.
I've turned one time like that down. 110 pounds. I wouldn't.
Now, don't get me wrong. There are some true monstrosities out there.
Mm-hmm.
We have. There are. It's not like a national forest or anything, but we have in the local vicinity, like right across the river from where we were at over there, where I grew up, is a paper plantation. And we use the term plantation because it used to be a cotton plantation, but now it's used to grow trees and has like a 99 and 1 year lease on it that's automatically renewable. So it's been uncut for probably 60 years. And some of the weirdest critters you can imagine. Emu. You might not believe me. There are emu in the Georgia swamps. Wild ones. Yep. They were brought in as farm animals and either escaped or were turned loose for the insurance or whatever. The first time I saw one, it was absolutely just beggared all belief. I almost couldn't focus on it because I couldn't figure out what the heck it was. I literally stared at it and was like, what in the hell am I looking at? And then I realized, wait a second, no, there are emu farms. That's an emu.
Yeah, I've seen them farm for like alternative beef.
Right. And I want some. I really do. I really, really do.
There should be someplace you can find ostrich meat around. Ostrich burgers. It was a fad for a while.
It was. Like I said, this was back right after that fad broke. Was when I saw this one running around with a weird orange tag on his flipper, whatever you call that thing. I don't think it's actually a wing. It doesn't work.
Oh, he was tagged though.
Yeah, he had a tag on him, and he was also absolutely terrifying because he was about 6'4". It's not many things out there I look up at. It don't happen much. If I'm standing up, I'm usually looking down at people. Not in that case. This guy's so cute. I've come to believe. I got a joke for you. Wrote it myself. Don't judge me too hard. How many pandas does it take to screw in a light bulb?
How many?
None. Pandas don't screw. That's why they're endangered.
There you go.
I know, it's terrible. I'll see myself out. Wait, no, it's my show. I can't leave. Damn. When you bomb on a joke, you're supposed to leave, right? Yeah, whatever.
Hey, how many people we got here watching?
We got 6 at the moment. We had 9 for a minute. But that's not a very reliable number. I don't really trust it. Until I get the paid version of StreamYard, I'm not buying it.
Okay.
This is the same girl and puppy, like 5 years apart. That's so cute.
It's kind of awesome.
It's just, you know.
I watched that one on YouTube.
Yeah, it's a trash panda hugging on a cat. Yeah.
Dad, can I get a snail?
They call that my father now, but he is that.
They're not. I just need
Meow, 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 meow.
not gonna eat your nail.
Meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow.
Oh Lord.
Dad, can I get a snail?
I'm gonna take that sound and I'm gonna
You don't even need to speak the language and know they're pissed.
Yeah, look at them.
You don't need to speak the language to know what they're saying.
Right? You don't even need to have any clue because you can just look at them and tell that.
Oh yeah.
Unacceptable. Completely unacceptable.
What's up, buddy? Here, I know you're hungry. Here you go. What's up, buddy?
That's
Here, I know you're hungry.
He's bringing his wife some food on her off week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look at the way he's walking, the way he's talking. Yeah,
he's worried about being in there. It's kind of like getting near.
Doesn't matter because it doesn't matter what you do.
It's wrong. That was absolutely glorious. I want that sound in my library. I don't know what it was. You have to figure it out.
Mom. What? I'm going to ask you 3 questions, okay? And your answer every time is going to be addicted.
Okay.
All right. So if an alcoholic drinks too much, they are
addicted.
Right. And if a drug addict does too many drugs, they are
addicted.
Right. And what slapped you in the face last night?
Addicted.
A woman say something like that.
When I saw that one, I went into the other room, got my roommate and my wife, and made them come in here and watch it for a minute. I was like, oh God, I love it. It's great. That shit tickles me to no end. There's another guy that has his son comes out. His son's like 50 something. So, the old man's got to be like 90 something. He's got to be. And his son will come out, like, catch him on the porch. He'll be out there whittling, drinking some tea, and he'll ask him just the stupidest question you can imagine. And of course, the old man, being tired of all this bullshit, goes off on him every single time. It's glorious. And I'm gonna hunt down that TikTok channel and figure it out. I'm gonna figure out where it's at. I've been looking.
Have you posted any of those edits that you did onto TikTok or anything?
Oh no, sir. I sent those to you. They're yours.
All right. If you wanna put them up on TikTok with like my link in it, feel free.
Well, I made them. I'll put them wherever. I mean, with permission, I can edit things and it works. But I'm still working on my logo thing on my OBS. Just does not work. My lower thirds, it's complete trash. It's there. It says it works. It doesn't actually work. That's why I don't use lower thirds at all. I don't have any icons or any of the neat things that are typically on other people's streams, because my lower thirds feature just never did work. Last Tuesday, OBS did an update that completely dumped all my sound out of everything. I spent literally 4.5 hours today refilming, re-editing, and redoing all the sound pieces to my show. And I didn't even use them when I opened because I don't know. Well, it didn't happen the normal way. So, yeah.
I'm totally. I want to know how people get like 3,000 subscribers, or
Yeah.
you see them. They got 200,000 subscribers. I mean, it's insane. How do they put out a live stream? At minimum, they got like 5,000 people watching them.
If you go look at these people, most of the people toting around more than 1,000 subscribers have been doing this for 4 years. They're on their 9th channel. I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. They a couple of hundred, and then their channel gets taken down because of some old thing they did in an old video that was okay. Then when they did it, and then terms of service change, poof, they get a strike. They get another strike, and they haven't figured out why they've gotten a strike. Poof, their channel's gone. So they set up a second channel, right? And then they get a slightly different group on that channel, and then the first one's gone, second one carries into the third, I'm hoping not to have to do that craziness. I'm going to be very careful with this particular channel. I kind of like being a Sasquatch. I dig it. I like the idea of having a different guest every couple of days instead of having to do the same. Like, I see a bunch of people doing panels, and I see a bunch of people doing reaction videos. What I don't see are dedicated, specific creator shows. Like, I'm going to have an abstract touch, an abstract look. I'm going to have an abstract look on in a couple of days. I'm going to have Can Squatch on in a couple of days. Can Squatch is a cryptid. I guess you'd call him an independent researcher. He runs around, and just like ghost hunters run around looking for ghosts, he runs around in the woods looking for Dogman and Sasquatch. And I was like, congratulations, you found one.
Yeah.
You made out like a bandit on that one. Very good. He's going to come on Monday. We're going to do an abstract look Wednesday. I thought it was going to be Thursday. It turns out it is actually Wednesday. And unfortunately, that takes me out of modding for Jake for 2 days in a row. So he's going to be on.
I think honestly, I think YouTube it's just an amazing thing to have a tool like this out there. Because, if it wasn't for YouTube, I mean, I'd be completely screwed. All they, I have to would go on would be like the word of these people. If I didn't have video, and they're gods, they're automatically heroes. They're people, the pillars of the community.
Right.
And you know, so their word is divine. So you got nothing. So it's their word against yours, and they're always going to take their word. They got you looking like you're a maniac or a madman, or all you are is a normal guy trying to get something sorted out because they're doing something wrong.
When they're all part of the same country club and they all drink at the same bar.
Oof.
And they all go over to the same barbecue after work. That's when things get really difficult. And I hate to be one of those, like, I'm not a big fan of the woke monstrosity that has taken place in the past few years, but
yeah,
the good old boy club is one of those things that does need to be broken up. That whole concept needs a redress. It might
well,
have been
the reason why the woke thing is working so well is because they take a part of something good and they add other things onto it that's no good, but there's a core to it that's okay. That's like, you know what, they got a point. And you know, then they run with it and go too far to the left. But
that's a classic straw man argument. Yeah.
Yeah,
They take
exactly.
a grain of truth that we can all agree to and try to make it look like the straw that makes the camel's back break. And that's not the way it is at all.
Yeah.
I mean, perfect example. When I was in high school, we had first of all, I'm in a county that's 50-50. It's almost dead nut 50-50. The difference is actually in Asians and Latin American immigrants, right? So it's like 49% white, 49% black, and that last percent floating around is largely either mixed or Latin or Asian or whatever, right? Native American. I got a few of those. And we did an experiment in high school where we had, for the first couple of months, we had a seating chart for, literally in high school, we had a seating chart for everybody to eat lunch: white, black, white, black, white, black, white, black, white, black. And then the second half of the year, we just took that away. Didn't say nothing. We just removed the names. For about 6 days, people continued to largely, like, a few people broke protocol immediately, but a few people refused to leave their seats. And that's really what we was looking at. That was what we were trying to test, was how long does it take people to, like, break from a learned protocol.
Yeah.
6 days seems to be about the length of time for people to decide that a thing that was happening is no longer pertinent. But some people will never stop. Once they've learned to do that, they sit in that chair and they're going to sit there until something stops them from sitting there. They will do it every day. They're creatures of habit. And then there are other people that just sit wherever the hell they want to, regardless of the names or not. Because remember, this was not a teacher done thing. This was just an experiment that we did as the class. Like, we had to pick something to do, and this came up, and we did this thing. It was about 2.5 weeks at the very beginning of the year. Everybody got slotted into their spots. And we didn't even tell them to do it. This was the part that was most intriguing to me. We took a list of the names of the people that would be at lunch at that point, and we literally arranged them white, black, white, black, white, black, and just put the name on the table. And people came in, grabbed their tray, sat down, and then realized there was a name, and then got up and went and found their name and sat at it without anybody telling them to do it. That was interesting too.
That's something.
That people would do that. That doesn't give me a whole lot of hope for the future, to be honest.
It's nuts. But I tell you, it's a scary world out there, because you know, it's like these groups are trying to hang on to something they shouldn't be hanging on to. You know.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. It's like the old mafioso concept, like the family and vendettas and stuff. As long as you stay on the right side of the family, everything will be fine. But this is not supposed to be organized crime. These are police officers. These are
There you
judges.
go.
We're talking about.
I know. They're supposed to be above that. They're supposed to be above that. And you know what? It's always been that way. It's just that now that we got video, you know, it's and YouTube and things like that, it's getting exposed more and more.
And that's really why they're trying to do this whole crackdown. I don't know if you've noticed in the past, 4 months, there's been more auditors arrested than in the previous 2 years.
I know.
I can't help but think that some kind of conversation happened way up on high that we've
Oh
got to
yeah.
give up this whole First Amendment concept. And I don't like it. I'm not a fan. I'm an
Yeah,
asshat.
they're trying to Alabama tried something, so I mean
Yeah, I remember.
they're trying to take it slowly but surely. I mean, it'll get fought.
I don't really know about that Alabama law. I just remember reading that they were trying to pass a law that make basically recording an officer doing their duty misdemeanor.
Yeah, and apparently it passed. I don't
Oh,
know how much teeth this thing has because the Supreme
technically,
Court already ruled that you can't do that. They already ruled that it's a protected right. So it's going to be hard for them to overturn the Supreme Court. That's going to take years. But what they can do is ignore the Supreme Court and still put you in jail.
or they can put that thing on the books and not enforce it for about 2-3 years until while they get their ducks in a row to try to take the higher courts, because a lot of the lower courts have already been devoured by this woke institution that's going on, ruining all our movies. Hey, there's a good one coming out. I bet you. The Wheel of Time. The guy who wrote The Wheel of Time wrote it 15, 20 years ago, woke as all get out. It is completely woman centric. It is completely wokenized as it could be in the original source material. And it's an excellent book, an excellent series. I do not see any possible way that they could take the modern wokerati could ruin it because it's already completely woman centric. The whole thing. It part of the plot has to do with the identity. The plot literally has to do with how an individual identifies. Good night, Truth. You're going haunted houses? Have to drop out people. Have to go to a haunted house with my girl. I hear you. Keep her in front of you. You don't want her behind you. She's going to push you right into every scary thing she comes across. Just keep her right in front of you. Hold her real tight so she can't run away. I'm a bad person. But yeah, I think it'll be a good series. They're doing Robot Foundation currently, which is no, not Robot, but Foundation, the Foundation trilogy, which has its own woke scant to it. It's pretty good. It hasn't been terrible. What's the wokest series that you've seen, like on TV?
You know what? The sound just went out there for a second.
My sound's trash anyway.
All right, what were you saying?
What's the wokest series that you've seen on TV?
You know what? I was just thinking about that. I'm a big Star Trek fan.
Discovery? Or was it Picard?
Oh, you know what? I watched every Star Trek episode of every series that there ever was. From when I was a child watching the original series. All my life I've been watching this.
Hey.
The last season of Star Trek Discovery, I don't know what it was about. It was more about, I need you to call me he or her or that or they, than about Star Trek.
Yeah, no, it had nothing to do with Star Trek. Gene Roddenberry's like doing 360s in his grave wherever he's at.
I was like, is this an entertainment show or is this I don't know, it's like a propaganda machine. You know what? You do what you want to do. I got a TV. I bought your channel and I'm watching the show for entertainment, not a political. It's nuts. It's nuts. And all it does is give these cops and everything fuel, because they'll take something like that and say, "Oh, you see how it is? Oh, you're one of them." It's like, no, I'm not one of them, and I sure ain't one of you. It's
right.
So, it's a way for them to put you in a category. I mean, the far left is doing their thing, the far right is doing their thing, and everyone in between is getting smashed because you're not one of them or one of them. So you can't use them as your your artillery, because this side's not going to take you, and this side's not going to take you, because you're not licking their boots. You're not licking their boots. So the regular guy gets screwed.
Every case.
Yeah.
There's no situation when dealing with a government authority where a regular guy can actually come out ahead.
Not looking to cause any problems. Not looking to have any problems. But damn, look what you got.
Right? They're just all up in your cheese grits.
Yeah. And it's horrible. You know, if you're not one of our friends and family, you don't get services.
Have
You
you
don't get the law. The law
you-
will not protect you.
have you checked out Truth Be Told Audits yet? You need to look at his channel. He does this crazy thing, man. He literally waits until like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, maybe, I don't know, 11 to 12 o'clock till about 2 or 3 in the morning. And he goes to wherever he sees the blue lights and he walks. I don't think he actively sneaks up on them, but on several occasions, the first time the cop realizes that he's there, they're trying to hand him a pen or something. He literally walks up with them to the car. It's like, what are we doing? Oh, well, this guy was get back. What are you doing here?
You know, it sounds awfully familiar to me. It sounds awfully familiar to me. And I've watched one guy, first responders, but he's more like a guy that goes out and he's like a bootlicker for the police. So he pretty much goes out and charms the police while they're doing their job. But no, I've seen a couple of guys that go out at night and actually listen to the police scanner and go out chasing the cops like that. But he sounds familiar. I'm gonna have to. His name is Truth Be Told.
Truth Be Told Audits. He's out of Texas, somewhere in the general ballpark of like Central Texas. All I've really got is a time zone. You know, I don't have an
All
address.
right, I just subscribed him.
He's cool. He puts out a video about every other day or so. I think he films almost every night though. He's busy. That man has a backup log. I went through and did a few shorts for him, and I don't know, he posted one or two of them. I thought I sent him like 3 or 4, but I might have just lost them in my list here. I've been practicing, just tinkering.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a look at some of his videos tomorrow. Like I said, I subscribed him. I'll take a look at a few tonight.
Yeah, he'll probably have another one up in the morning. That's where he just went, I bet you. He says he's going to look at haunted houses. He'll find a cop somewhere, I swear to God. His girl has a mouth of a sailor, man. She made it really hard to edit some of that stuff out because she was just straight telling them exactly what she thought about them.
You know, there's no defense. There's no defense against a woman, man. I'm sorry. You look out throughout the entire history of man. There's no defense, man. I'm sorry. There's just none.
Nature's natural.
Look at Abraham, Sarah, and Hagar. You know, Hagar got mad, created the entire religion, of Islam. You know, it's crazy.
Absolutely nutty. I gotta if you like talking religion, I have another guest that I've had on Untethered Live. I would love to hear y'all hash out some of the old like histories. That tickles the living hell out of me. I mean,
well, I know my lineage and everything, so and a lot of the things that are happening today are the same things that happened. I mean, you just consider the police the Pharisees, public servants and everything. They're the Pharisees.
Basically, yeah. I can kind of see the analogy,
and then you got a lot of it's the same, different names, different place, same story. It really is. It really is. And you can see how people prophesize and things like that. It's not that, they got some magical ability. It's just that, it's like, all right, here's the story in the Torah. This is this, and this is what's going to happen. You want to find out what the future has in store for us. All you got to do is read the Torah. It tells you, it goes word for word. All these great scientists, Einstein, and they all got their big discoveries from the Torah.
Right. Cheese has a really good point there. When you have a woman that comes at you, your best bet is to have another good woman around you. somebody willing to go to bat for you.
Mhm.
The thing, look, I don't believe anybody should be judged against anything by any, what's the term, creed, religion, or race, for that. None of that. But if you're an asshat, I'm going to treat you like an asshat. I don't give a fuck if you're blind, crippled, or crazy. I don't care. If you're a cop, a judge, if you do not respect me out the gate, I'm going to treat you just like the piece of shit you're acting like. And that's true for anybody. I'm sorry. I'm a more or less self-made man. I've done my time in the work field. I've done my business appropriately. I've done everything as correctly as I can. I even pay my taxes. So there is no reason for anyone that is spending my tax money to put diapers on their baby to come out of the car screaming for me to get on my hands and knees. I'm an old busted up cripple. I ain't getting on my hands and knees for shit. I also ain't running away. You can't
Yeah, I
run
know.
away.
Police safety.
Fuck your safety. I'm safe.
Yeah.
I guarantee you I'm safe.
They use that. I mean, and they instruct, in training. When you want to violate someone's rights, you need to say certain words. You need to say police safety, public safety. You need to say certain words out loud. And, the person who doesn't know their rights doesn't have any rights. If you don't tell the police I'm invoking my Fifth Amendment, you don't have a Fifth Amendment. If you don't tell the officer, you know what, I have a First Amendment right to do this, a judge could say, well, you don't have that. You didn't say that you had a First Amendment right. So, and then that's actually, I can't think of the court case off the top of my head, but it was an incident where the guy asked for a lawyer. And he told the guy, he told the police officer, I want a lawyer, dog. He was talking like slang. I want a lawyer, dog, before you question me. But they kept on questioning him, and they incriminated him on what he said afterwards. And they didn't throw it out. And the judge said, well, he asked for a lawyer, dog. So
that doesn't count.
So there's no such thing as a lawyer, dog.
Well, then bring me my dog.
Yeah.
You bring me my dog, I'll be getting out of here pretty soon. He doesn't like it.
Words matter. You have to say things in a certain order, in a certain way, and police know this. And that's why when you watch these videos, you hear the police saying certain things over and over again. When they go on trial, you see them saying the same words over and over again.
To the linguistics of not just local cops, but all cops.
All cops do this.
They never demand anything, but they do. They are asking you for your ID. They are requesting that you step back. They are asking to search your vehicle. They are asking to search your pockets. They are asking to detain you. If you pay attention to the actual language they are trained to use, it tells the story of what they're supposed to be doing.
Yep.
They're not supposed to be the military arm of the federal government. They are supposed to be policing the safety of our streets.
Yeah. And, that's something that goes to something a lot bigger. I mean, if you got your congressman to say, hey, look, I want you to pass something into law saying a cop is not allowed to ask you for anything he's not allowed to ask you for under your constitutional rights.
Right.
If a cop wants you to do something, he must demand it.
Are you
It must be a lawful order, otherwise he's not allowed to ask you.
Are you familiar with the implied consent law in Georgia? Have you come into contact with that one? I got wrapped up by that one myself.
No, I you know what? I've heard of it, but no.
I did a good bit of freaking research on this one because it sounded shady when I read it, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know about all that. So here's how it goes. When you get your license and you agree to the terms of driving, you also agree to certain implied consents. If you don't take every lawyer will tell you, do not do the field sobriety test. Don't do it. Don't say anything. shut the fuck up. That's what you're supposed to do when the cops pull you over. Shut up immediately.
Yeah.
Shut up. Well, what actually happens is the cops see that you're going to try to hold up your rights, and they decide to pull out every dirty trick they can think of in the book. Now they want you to do this field sobriety test. No, sir. So now they want you to do a breathalyzer. I don't have a particular problem against breathalyzers. I mean, that's a fairly semi-reliable thing. It might turn against you, but unlikely. Georgia, however, has a under the influence clause in our DUI regulations so that you can be technically sober enough to drive and not technically intoxicated, but still have a small amount of alcohol in your system. They'll still charge your ass. That will make you guilty of whatever the hell they write on that ticket.
Yep.
Like they got my ass for reckless driving when the only thing I was doing, I was driving on a suspended license that had not been suspended yet. I had been 3 months without my license, couldn't get my license back, and no one could tell me why. No one could help me out. No one could give me a clue as to what I needed to do. Well, maybe you need to do the little DUI class or whatever. Okay, fine. I went and did that. Cost me $8. I did that. Maybe you need to finish your probation. Okay, well, I did that. Now what? Well, we still can't get it. I had to go to Dublin and get them to dig through the records for 30 minutes until they went, oh, well, your license was never suspended. Here, let me suspend your license for you. Wait a second. Hold the fucking phone there, Captain.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but was I not
Time's
arrested
up.
with suspended license? And suddenly my license isn't suspended, so you have to suspend it now so that I can get it back and pay you some money to get it back. Why not just leave it instated and go home? I'll drive.
Yep. If it wasn't suspended at the time, I had an incident where I got a ticket for my dog being off the leash, and they tried to pull a fast one on me, and I got 2 tickets. And the ticket for the first offense, it's like a $50 fine. Second offense is a $75 fine. So I had the first one thrown out because it was a nonsense thing. Then they tried to get me with the second one. I was like, and then they tried to charge me, full price and everything. I was like, hold on a second. They tried to get me to plead to it, and then they said, all right, well, you know what? We'll just charge you $50. I was like, no, this ticket is invalid because you gave me a ticket for a second offense. And, they gave me a ticket for a second offense without me being guilty for the first one. So if this ticket is for the second offense, it's not good anymore because I didn't have a second offense. It invalidates this ticket. You see what I'm saying? The ticket is for the second offense. So the ticket is actually saying that you're guilty of the first offense. In order for you to have a second offense, you have to be found guilty of the first offense. So after I got out of the first one, I can't have a second offense. You can't change the ticket. This is what the ticket is for. This didn't happen. I'm clean. And after a good long fight, they dropped it.
And it still cost you what, $6,000 plus court fees and shit?
It wasn't a misdemeanor or anything. It was like a regular
citation.
Citation.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't a big one where I would have to have a lawyer or anything, but I would still do the same path. I'd still do the same thing.
All right, I got a few more of these left, and my camera's fixing to die, so my little picture may disappear here in the middle of it. But we got a few more of these. Now, I don't know what in the living hell this woman has found, and I'm not sure why I find it erotic. I don't get it. This is really weirdly satisfying to me, and I can't explain why. It soothes my tism. I don't understand.
It's like looking at something with a bunch of holes in it. It was like a honeycomb. Honeycombs bring up a primal fear in people.
Not me, man. I like honey. Yep, there it went. My camera just went. Hold up.
Oh, you're frozen.
Nah, it's. I'm pretty sure it's my camera. Let me me get over here to the right window. I'll swap cameras out right quick. Let's see.
Well, what I was telling you about, words are important. And, you can't go to court and then have them change something around on you. You got a specific charge. You got the piece of paper in front of you that says the charge. This is a charge that you're defending, and this is the charge that you're trying to prosecute on. I'm not going to let you change the rules of the game so I could get, penalized. This is what you gave me. If you wanted to get me in a different way, you should have went about it in a different way. But it's a letter of the law.
There's my other crappy camera.
See, the problem that happens a lot of the time, they come to you and say, well, I don't give a damn. I'm going to give it to you anyway, and I filed it. So you pay it, or you're going to get your license taken away. You get stuck in.
I'm not 100% sure what they are, Cheesy. I think they're a type of flower. The chick says that they are, here, I'll let you hear it. I think I just had something else.
So you said natural shampoo.
Yeah. You can hear it.
Whoosh.
I don't know what they are. I have never seen such except for in pictures.
I've seen them down in Ecuador.
An Iowa Puhi plant. Iowa Puhi? Iowa Puhi. Here.
Nature's natural shampoo.
I want to figure out who said that. I love his voice. I'm going to put it in the chat, I think. See if that works. Yeah. I am getting better at this whole game. If I can figure out get a better chair that doesn't do this.
Got a squeaker.
Isn't that great? Fantastic. Oh, Lord. Some kind of flower. This guy is amazing. He has actual talent, like no joke. His penmanship with a spatula is better than mine writing. I mean, like, good Lord. Oh, wait, that's covering up my thing. I need to uncover that. There we go. Isn't that neat? Mm-hmm. That is, wow. Like, how do you find out you can do that?
Right? Oh, man, those Japanese chefs are insanely talented, man. Go there on YouTube, you watch them cook a steak. It's like you don't even care about what they're cooking. You're just amazed at the way they move around.
I went to a hibachi restaurant. I think that's what it's called. Like, I don't know, when I was 12 or so. And the guy that was cooking for us was sitting there juggling 3 eggs on the end of spatulas and not breaking. Like, tink, tink, tink. And I don't know if like 2 of them were fake or whatever. I really don't think so. I believe, and I've seen magic work before. I believed that I saw 3 eggs get juggled with a spatula and then cracked onto the grill. A clever magician might have been able to do something with that, but as far as I know, I saw the man juggling unbroken eggs with spatulas. Talent. Skill, 10,000 hours? I don't know. Takes a while. So somebody's got a real good troll bone on him. He ordered these folks in the table next to him 2 shots of water in clear glasses. Sent them 2 shots. Told the waiter, tell them the 2 shots. Right. The look on their face is beautiful. Dude.
Oh, and when they find out it's water.
That is a true troll. The kind of person that just lives to see the reaction. Oh, Lord. Here's a good one.
We've had a discussion.
About what?
Your mother wants to get a convertible, a car without a lid. But whenever we're in the normal car, nobody's allowed to lower the window more than a crack. because it messes with their hair. So, explain that to me.
And you know,
Okay.
this man's been married to her for like 25 years.
Yeah.
I think they might have got a hold of some brownies or something. I don't know.
There's something good. There's something going on there behind the scenes.
Yeah, he looked a little too happy. I had a friend of mine's mom. Oh my lord, a very religious woman. I love this woman to death. Like she's as close to me as my own mom, and she half raised me. And when we were about 19, 17, they were supposed to be going out of town for like a week, and we took care of the house for the week, and everything was copacetic. And then like 2 days before they were supposed to come back, we got a whole big ass pile of weed, ground it up, put it in some brownies, baked it up. And because his little sister was going to be coming through later, we made a normal pan of brownies and put them on the table right there where everybody could see them under the little cake lid. And we took the magical brownies and put them in his bedroom in a book bag on a shelf. Like you had to go all the way into the bedroom to get to it. We went to the store to go get some milk, and we came back, and his mama is in there laughing her ass off at some Simpsons. I mean, she is crying and she can't
Got
help
him.
it. It's the best episode of The Simpsons ever. And as soon as we come in, her husband's standing outside just like this. What's in the brownies? We're like, the ones on the table are fine. He's like,
Yeah.
walks in, opens it, not a single brownie missing out of the ones on the table. There was a little sign on top of it, brownies. It was still warm and steaming brownies, right? This woman had gone into her son's room to the other side of the bed into a shelf under his stereo and TV and all kinds of other stuff to dig a book bag out to get a brownie out of the book bag in the bedroom on the shelf. Now, her house, she has every right, but still, there were brownies on the table that were perfectly fine. And she wanted to get all bent out of shape because, well, she went plundering basically. I love her to death. That's what happened. She got nosy, found a brownie she shouldn't be eating, ate it anyway.
Mhm.
She had a great time, man. She laughed so hard she was sore for 3 days. Laughed at everything. For the first time I've ever in all my days seen her, her and her husband went for a walk. Just
That's something.
walk. Just down the road.
Go look at the leaves, yeah?
Dude, it was dark in the middle of freaking nowhere. What the fuck are you looking at? Whatever. She was having a good time. It was worth
Yeah,
it.
put you in the right place, man. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, she's extremely anti everything. So like, you know, she was aghast the next morning when her husband finally broke the news to her that honey, you're just a little stoned. Just, you're all right. Everything's fine. She's like, oh no. She went to the doctor. I'm
Oh,
not joking.
Jesus.
That's how straight laced this lady is. I love her to death, but she is so straight laced that wow, right?
She had no clue something was happening while she was feeling that way.
Right. While she was out there dancing in the cow field at 3:00 in the morning, she was perfectly cool with it. It wasn't until the next morning when she found the sand spurs in her feet that she started thinking something hinky was going on. Of course, by then I'd eaten 3 brownies and really didn't give a shit. She come in all mad as hell. I was like, "Hey, Ma." Okay. Hey, I'm gonna grab that last brownie and go home. Y'all have fun. I'll walk home. Mm.
Hey, you live out in the country, you got that kind of freedom.
Right? Oh yeah. That's something I do have is a place in the country. You know, this town's
Yeah.
pretty small in any direction you go in. My man here.
It's nice. Yeah, you miss that living in the like Metro Atlanta, and you know, in a city suburb. You know, you don't see that part of the world.
I'm so non-interested in city life.
Yeah.
And I know I'm in a tiny town here. I lived in Savannah for a couple of months, and I lived in Augusta for a couple of months. I stayed with a buddy of mine in South Central Atlanta, in a really, really rough part of downtown Atlanta, right next to the underground. And it was one of those places where, you know, you get accosted by 4 bums going across the street that want to wash the windshield, but I'm riding a bicycle. I don't understand. I'm not paying you to ask me to wash a windshield I don't have. I don't get it. But, you know, everybody gets a hand every now and then. I tell you what I would do. When I'm in jump me, I'd be like, "Come on, man, I'll buy you a meal." He'd be like, "All right." That dude would straight fist fight anybody else try to come talk to me. He'd just reach out and clock them. Any one of them. It didn't matter which one you happened to pick up. They knew the score. They fixing to get a meal, and I'm gonna give them $5 when I'm done. Come on, I'm going to get something to eat. You hang out with me, you'll get something to eat, and I'll give you $5.
A lot of homeless guys now. You go like on their I-20, 75, 85, under all the bridges downtown. Oh my God, there's entire villages underneath the bridges, and it's starting to come out here in Cobb County.
Yeah,
certain areas where they got little tent cities set up, and they're just starting to pop up here and there. You know,
check this guy out. He works at in a bagging room. He's got this conveyor belt of what appears to be, if I had to guess, fertilizer. But it's too early for all that bullshit, and he ain't done with his coffee yet. Might be a little chilly too.
He's got it down.
He's got it all figured out, dude. Can you imagine what his back must feel like at the end of the day?
And he's probably 25 years old and immortal.
Yeah, he ripped King Kong in half.
You know, when you're that young, you don't care. It's not going to hurt you until you're 50. And when you're 20s, you think you're immortal. You think that's it. This is my whole life is going to be like this. You know.
I think that's all a perspective of time. When you're young, you compare your future to your past, and so your past seems very short to you, or seems like a long time, and so you figure your future, well, it must be an equal distance in the future, right? That's not the way that works. The longer you live, the longer you feel like you will live. When I was young, I was convinced, man, my very next drinking was going to be the death of me. The very next time I got a hold of some pills was going to be the death of me. The very next time I go out riding with my best bud was going to be the death of me, because he was absolutely stark raving fucking mad. He's crazy as hell. Just, oh, goddamn, dude. Oh, dude, flashbacks, PTSD from riding with him. We once went 16 miles, 3.5 minutes from a standing start to a standing stop. Literally, not in the car. What time is it? Budding there. Wow. All right, so this guy's got something to say about actually about what you were just talking about.
There's really dudes out here that think it's some kind of flex to buy a $200 pair of Jordans. Do you know how many of us are out here trashing $300 work boots that we have to replace every 8 to 9 months? There's
right. $300 ain't nothing on a pair of work boots. He's putting tar on the front end of them, so they'll be slightly waterproof when he kicks things. It's not tar. It's like a dry bait light shit that you can paint on. It's a waterproofing element thing.
My buddy used to use the blacktop, resurface driveways and things like that. He used to do it in his socks.
Yeah.
He wouldn't wear shoes. He wore socks, and this, at the end of the day, he threw out the socks.
Right. Makes sense. I had a buddy of mine. He would, when he was doing that stuff, he did a very similar thing, but he put, there are these little plastic booties that you can get like at a hospital. They're like the thicker ones, but they're like a weird rubbery thing. He'd put them on, put a pair of socks on under them, and he'd walk around out there more or less barefooted doing that stuff. And when he'd go to walk away, sometimes he'd throw the socks away, sometimes he wouldn't have to. He certainly wasn't putting them back in his shoes. He also, another thing he'd do, he would rub Vaseline down on his feet before he put those socks on. He said it made it so that you could wash the tar out of the socks. I don't know, but that's what he said.
Yeah, there's all tricking. But you know what's going to happen? You know, you're walking on that hot tar all day in a pair of socks. What's going to happen to you in about 10 years, your foot is going to be nothing but a claw.
Right.
You know, you're not going to be able to walk at all.
Those things are so cute.
Flying monkeys.
They're sugar gliders.
Squirrels.
They're related. They're sort of like flying squirrels. They're sugar gliders. Honey gliders. I think they're called sugar gliders.
That's South America. I can tell by the doors.
Yeah. Also, the color of that thing. I don't know. That's Asian.
Is that Asia?
That's a kid. It was just the little waving cat. The lucky cat. The one that's always got his paw up.
Oh yeah, I see it in the background. Yep.
And she has a tattoo in Asian on her wrist, so could be Southeast Asia.
All the doors in South America, they all have doors that look like that. Same kind of design.
Sometimes it's just not worth going to a restaurant.
No, I don't want to do anything. Don't get on my seat. Don't get on my seat. I don't want to.
Dude added in that clip at the end of glasses landing in his suit.
Don't worry about cooking tonight,
This
Mom. Let's just say we got it covered while you were out. You could say, dinner is on us tonight. Don't worry about cooking tonight.
Look at all those
Mom.
dogs, man.
Let's just say we got it covered while you were
Beautiful
out.
animals.
You could say,
Absolutely beautiful. I like that yellow one right there. Needs a racing stripe though.
Yeah, I got a husky.
If I had that yellow dog right there, I'd put tiger stripes on him. I'm not even joking. I would go and get whatever was necessary to make it happen. I sure would. Absolutely glorious animals. One of the coolest dogs I ever saw was an Akita, and at the time that I came across him, he was 162 pounds and I was 158 pounds, and he was well aware that he outweighed me significantly, like for real. Good Lord. We got like FOMO. I'm trying to find the witch. There's I don't know if you call her a witch, but she's something of a miracle worker. I'm sorry. We're not sleeping together anymore. You come in and use a leaf blower on me in the bathroom, we're sleeping in different beds tonight, youngin'. Yeah. Tonight, we're not married. You gotta admit, it's pretty funny, but at the same time, stop being a bitch. Just stop it. It's too early for that shit.
You guys said that you can use the seat buckle to break
All
the
right.
window.
I included this one, dude. You know, there's all these urban myths of how to get out of a car if the windows won't work or it's going underwater or whatever. And one of them is to use your seatbelt clip to break the window. I can tell you that's not going to work unless your window is already damaged, and it's certainly not going to work on your windshield, front or back.
Yeah, you're supposed to keep a screwdriver in the glove compartment.
I keep one of those glass breaking hammer things. It's got the little doohickey. I keep one in. I put them in all my daughter's cars. One in there, and also I'm a big insistent on people carrying a knife and not just having one of those razor cutters in their car saying they're gonna get to it after the accident. That's not how that works. You carry a knife in your pocket and you get to it and use it to cut yourself out, and then everyone else. Take care of yourself first, man.
I need to know what phone this is.
Yeah, look at this dude's phone. Look what this guy's got going on over here. He is zoomed in on battery. Way the hell over there.
I need to know what phone this is.
Now I have a theory that he's actually watching it on like some TV station or something. He's like,
No, the phones now do that. Because I got a Galaxy. They're pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm. Trash.
They're pretty impressive, these phones.
Yeah, some of them. Like one of the things, like I got a different phone in there, and the camera on it is fantastic, but the design of the phone leads to it breaking. I've had 3 of them. Really cool phone, absolute trash. Can't keep them. The cases that supposedly fit them don't fit them. Even if they do fit them, they still or have a little bend to the back of it. They got like a little curve to them, and that curve means anytime you set them down anywhere, that screen is just in direct contact with everything. I broke 2 of them, but they've got 3 different memory card slots and a removable SIM card. Really cool. I could put almost a terabyte of memory in that thing without even batting an eye. Really, really neat. Absolutely useless. Now, I don't know, man. I think I'd have a problem with somebody smacking me in the face with a bean burrito. He just seems to be enjoying
Look
this.
at him. Look at him. It just makes a good sound.
Bow. That thing just went it. That just tickles me.
No, you know what are good is texting your girlfriend, come over. She's gone.
Right.
If you watch those videos, they're classic.
Yeah, the videos they look funny, but I'm gonna tell you something. I don't feel like getting divorced today.
Yeah. That could go bad real quick.
Yeah, no, I mean, especially if you're somebody like me, and when I text her that I'm gone, and I get the wrong person in my phone, and they show up, it's gonna be an issue. 'Cause I'm not the nicest guy on earth. I'm a total asshat. I mean, I really am. That I'm doing this. I really want that sound, dude. You have to record it for me. I'm gonna get it off of this stream. That's an excellent chair slide sound. I want it. Hey, we got mandatory carry in here. What's up, brother? Langy? Langy? I don't get it. Anyway, sorry, got distracted for a minute. Okay, so this dude, this is why you don't buy cars from buy here, pay here locations. He is literally filling up the air conditioner with milk. Now, luckily, it's just 2% milk, but that's still going to be skunky. Mm.
Like cracking an egg in someone's vents.
I got a better one, dude. It was the best one I ever seen a chick do. It was the best troll ever. She took a can of cat food and just barely cracked it and put it in a box of cat food in his trunk and just left it there and then moved out. And it took him 6 months to figure out what the hell was going on because he grabbed the cat food and he'd look at it and they were all sealed up. There was just one in there, man. Oh, right? Yeah, me too. Me too, Carrie. That right there. I put it in there as a cautionary tale. Make sure you sniff the car before you pay for it. Sniff it really
about
on there.
20, 30 years ago. Well, about 30 years ago when I broke up with one of my girlfriends, I poured a bottle of bleach inside of the washing machine before I left. Because it sinks into the holes. So you don't know there's actually bleach there.
Right.
So the next load that she did
What?
Came out nice and white.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know what I was saying. I was so mean. I'd never do that today to someone.
I was never the type of mean that would destroy people's property. I was always the type of mean that would leave you looking really, really stupid because of something you said. And eventually I realized that nobody likes that person. So you'll see me like chew on my lips. I'll be like, that's me not talking. And I've got another phrase that I say, I am never thanked for the things I do not say. My wife thanks me sometimes. There's more than a 5-second delay on that screen chat that's up there. The screen chat is a byproduct of I have a window open for my screen chat, and then I have a window open for TikTok, and a window open for StreamYard, and a window open for OBS, and a window open for my email. And I had some YouTube videos that I was running earlier.
I'm watching this on YouTube too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see the
chat.
print. Yeah, I can't see the chat on the StreamYard here. I have to switch over to the YouTube to see it.
I can do this. No, that's not. This one? No, that's not right. This one. And that's about the only way it gets big enough to actually read. Although I guess it would depend on your I guess that would kind of depend on your ability with your eyes and what. Yeah, that's the one negative of doing it this way. There's a way to do it so that I put a link into the browser source and it's supposed to do it, but every time I do it that way, it just gives me like a bunch of doggone like ads. Like it'll literally roll ads across my chat instead of actually doing it. I don't know what the hell I'm doing wrong, but this works. And if I'm doing a panel or I don't have a guest, it's not that big a deal. When I have a guest, I like to try to keep them on screen to an extent. Which, Carrie's totally different. He didn't even want to be seen. He's an international man of mystery. Did you see this? Did you watch this? Dude's in a Brazilian prison and somebody sent him a coat and they almost gave it to the guy before they noticed something rattling in it. And somebody got real clever. They put the wrapper on and built a screw top coat that has like 6 ounces of Coca-Cola in it. Crazy. Sent him a cell phone, a little bit of money, some other stuff. It's absolutely wacky, the things people do. Right? An automatic soap dispenser. He's trying to clean it up. Success.
My mama said while I'm hunting, I need to pick her some flowers. So I came to this field with all these beautiful white flowers. And I'm going to pick me some. I think it's a family tradition because I see a lot of my people do it. But just look at all of these. My mama said while I'm hunting, I need to pick her some flowers.
That is the definition of humor, in my opinion. He's not.
Well, it's more like what's his name? Peter Sellers kind of humor.
Right. I mean, it's moderately self-deprecating. He's pretending that he's stupid enough that he doesn't know what he's doing, but he knows exactly what he's doing.
The dark sarcasm.
Yeah, nobody knows what you look like. I've never seen you. I'll never admit it. No, nobody. You weren't visible on my channel when you came on. Remember, you used this thing. This. Where is it at? I got so
Is this man carry?
Yes, yeah, mandatory carry. He's changed his name again. How about that? I was just reading it. I don't know. I guess I'm just a retard. I was just reading what it was, not what it is. Dyatlov, Dyatlov, act man carry. Okay, that's fine.
Did everyone subscribe yet to me?
Yeah, it got posted. I don't have any mod. Well, actually, Carrie's a mod. Although I don't know if he's on his phone or on a computer or what. I don't know if he's Gonna be, yeah. He's got his wrench. That must be his computer.
Yeah, I'm averaging like 1 or 2 people a day.
That's good, man. That's real good. Don't look at my channel. My channel's retarded. I stumbled into some crazy crap my 3rd and 4th videos. Like I did a bunch of like silly stuff, and then I discovered shorts, and I played with them until I figured out how they work. And I accidentally posted as something that was for a test. I was actually gonna send Kerry a link to tell me what he thought about it. And instead of it going into unlisted, it went public, and I got 35,000 views off of it. And I picked up about 150 subs right there. And I've had a few 20,000 and a few more that went 5 and 10, and a whole bunch that went 4 and 5,000 views. But that's all because of the feed.
But I mean, was there any? What about him gave you that kind of number outbreak?
Jokes. He'd like to have his link posted for his channel, ATL Audits and U.S. Constitution. Please. I have another link I'd like you to post too, if you get the chance when you get that done. Put you to work. Let you earn that wrench. Now I got to get you back on the show again. I think I've got all my sound issues kind of worked out. I hope. I won't really know until I actually listen to the YouTube version of this. But I managed to find some things in my sound that was utter trash. I was able to kind of fix it.
I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that 3rd video up either tonight or tomorrow.
If I was you, just advice from a guy with some experience with shorts. Find out what time you posted your previous short. That last. Go 26 hours after that and post it.
Okay, wait. All right.
It has something to do with how long it takes for the next round of feed entries to take place. If you post it too soon, it pops in on the same round as your previous video. If you wait too late, you lose a few hours on the lead up. Generally, if I can get it in at the 25th, I'd go 26 hours after. If you try to set it every 24 hours, they screw you. I don't know how they do it, but I get no notifications. It doesn't go into the feed, and I get no views.
Yeah, I noticed that myself. When I put out my that 2nd video, I didn't get any hits or anything.
Right. That's because you had didn't you post a video earlier today?
Yeah, I posted 2, but within like a couple hours of each other, and I noticed the first one, I immediately got 50 hits, and then the second one, it went nowhere.
Right.
And I took it down and I reposted it with a premiere to get my numbers back up. But they were an hour apart, but the numbers are in half. I wasn't expecting that.
You have to keep in mind, the feed is only good. Shorts are only good for subs. It does not count towards your view time. It does not count towards your monetization. It does not count towards your total view count as far as monetization is concerned. But it is a hell of a way to farm subs.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely got to get those numbers up. I'm working on. I got a lot of videos that I haven't posted. I got a lot of material. I mean, some of these guys. I mean, they're just they're something else. The way they talk and act, you think you watch all these videos, you think these cops would learn, but it seems like they just get worse. And these guys around here, they've never been challenged, and they're big. Cobb County's a big place. These are very well established people, so they're set in their ways.
Oh yeah.
And they just do not give a damn, because you can tell by the way they act. You get I don't want to say it, but by the way they act, you get the feeling like they got the judges already in their pocket. I mean, you don't like to think that way, but I mean, you can't. I mean, the hubris of these people, the confidence of their ignorance. is just so astounding that it's like I'm in awe of it. I mean, the only way something like that could to set root is to have the people who are actually, making them accountable in the courtroom, the judge, who's supposed to be a separate branch of government, controlling this, is not doing anything or is in their pocket. So I'm not sure. It's a weird thing.
Little league baseball team or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it like. It took me about a month and a half to connect the dots between the HOA guy and the guy who was in charge of the all the public services, like the police, the firemen, ambulance department, and things like that. It took me about a month and a half. So I mean, I'm doing some pretty good investigation. I'm connecting all the dots, finding out where the family trees are. And figure out, oh wait, I had to, because you can figure out, all right, I saw him have a barbecue with this guy, a couple of weeks ago. This happened here, 1 week ago, and then this happened just the other day. So it all makes sense. You got to put it all together. I mean, you don't like to think that way, but that's just the way the world works. It sucks.
It does suck. It shouldn't work that way.
It should not work that way.
It inevitably does. You know what, Carrie? I have no idea how to go about finding the link for this guy's channel. I know you posted ATL Audits. I was looking for an abstract looks link, and I'm coming up blank on it. We're gonna have to go into a live stream later, like just me and you, and we'll figure out. You'll learn me how to do that stuff, because I don't know. I just don't see it, I guess. Maybe I need to go further over that way. No. The About section. It's got links, but it just says Tom's website. I guess I could post that. Figured I'd mod him and let him post it. It's my plan. Oh, well. Screw it. I'll figure it out next time, right? Anyway, we ain't got but like 2 or 3 more of these left, and yeah, my camera's already dead. We're pretty much at the end of an episode here. All right, so this dude's an absolute freaking genius. He's one of those people that you really want working with you, right? Yes, that's the correct link. I'm almost positive it is. I was looking for an abstract look is the name of the channel. He's going to be a guest Wednesday, and that one's going to be at 9, not 8. So keep that in mind. I know you do a live Wednesday, but I think you do yours at 8, don't you? Pretty sure. Have you looked into any of the OBS workings or StreamYard at all? ATL?
I have the StreamYard that I'm going over now.
Right.
I really haven't had that much time to get into the nitty gritty of it yet, where I could, maybe, no, I really hadn't had time to go over the good part of it, look through the settings and everything else under the sun. I'm trying to figure out that new shot editor, but that looks a little too complicated to me.
You want Shotcut?
Yeah, Shotcut.
Dude,
I think you sent me that.
Fiddle with it. Just keep tinkering at it, and eventually you'll realize, oh, that means this means that, and then you'll start to be able to get things to work. Also, look into YouTube tutorials for Shotcut, and remember that usually they're using a paid-for system, so they may actually be talking about shit you don't have. So make sure you're looking at it from the free source, basically. Shotcut and OBS and StreamYard.
Hold on a second. I was going to
check this out. This dude is a genius. He's one of those people you want working for you. That's
So
fine.
once you
Moreno.
learn
can
how to
work.
manipulate
Don't mind.
energy, you can
Just
have
throw a like on the
anything
video
you
and
want.
we'll call it even.
Nothing is impossible. There are no
Like, comment, and
limitations
subscribe,
except
right?
the limitations you put upon yourself.
See what my man just did?
So once you learn
Watch
how
him.
to manipulate energy, you can have anything you want.
You ever
Nothing
tried to
is
get one of them
impossible.
things up?
There are no limits.
Oh yeah.
Tell you what we used to do. I had a tractor with a
Yeah.
virtual auger on it, and I would back the auger piece up to it, and then like had a chain lock on it, wrap it all the way around, lock it into place, and raise it all the way up with the hydraulic, and then unlash it, drop it all the way back down, lash it back up, and lift. Oh, dude just got that thing out in like 10 seconds. Wow. Just absolutely wow. All right, here's my witchy woman for the night. This is as close as I could find to a witchy woman.
Yeah, my mom got her whiskey in here.
This is sunscreen.
Sunscreen.
Everybody needs a little dabble, do ya?
She is toasted.
Yeah, my mom got her whiskey.
She is absolutely toasted. Look at her. Got a good glow going on too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She knows what she's doing. This ain't her first rodeo.
Right. She happy too. Seems quite sad.
Mm-hmm.
So,
now, if she was smart, she would have put some epoxy inside of the. Oh no, epoxy wouldn't work. You got to figure out a way to coat the inside of that tube so that you don't get the plastic taste.
wrong one. I need this one. Oh wow. Yeah, that'll do. That's actually pretty good, isn't it? I like that. That's actually decent. That's pretty cool. Now I can do maybe this one. Oh, nope. Can't read it no more. Maybe this one. I don't know if anybody can read that on YouTube anyway. I'm going to figure that out. I'm going to keep tinkering with that until I get it to a size and format that can be seen from YouTube. And in about a month, I'm going to get the pay. I'm going to get a battery for my camera. I'm going to pay for StreamYard. I'll be on TikTok, and I'm going to start a game stream, probably co-streamed both on Twitch and YouTube until something snaps somewhere and I'm not allowed to do it anymore. I'm not certain I can't do it straight through OBS. I'm pretty sure I can. It's just so very complicated. Like Shotcut. Shotcut is a very powerful, very, very powerful tool. You can tell by just fiddling with it, right?
I know there's a big delay between the StreamYard and the YouTube.
I'm sorry. I had to do that because Gary called me out on being stupid. I've had a chat thing sitting at the bottom of the screen covering my chats. So I put his chat calling me out on it. I'm sorry. There. Now you can read it. Well, I still got that CS in the way. Whatever, man. This is the end of the show. We're done. All right. Let me do my soundbite for you. We're going to put you up on the screen real big, like it is. We're going to give you the solo layout. Now, bring your camera and give me a big smile. All right. Check out ATL Audits, U.S. Constitution. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll do a better one later. I'll try anyway.
I need some subscribers. I need to get these dirty bastards down here.
Yeah.
They're bad. I need to get the family, this big old friends and family network here working together. They're all about, them, paychecks above children, paychecks above safety. It's all about protecting their paychecks over your safety and your livelihoods. And that's what it really comes down to. They want their lives and everything else. And if you disturb it.
Something that concerns me, and I've been concerned about it for a few years now, specifically. The past 5 years, there have been several cycles of retiring cops leaving the force because they don't like the direction the department is going. They don't appreciate the policies that the department is enforcing or whatever. So these decent people, these good apples, these good eggs, are just walking out, taking their retirement if they can. In the past year, we've had almost a third of the cops in the US have walked off the job either because they didn't want to be involved in what was going on last summer during the summer of love. They didn't want to be involved in any kind of racial anything. They didn't want to get the mandate thing. They didn't want to do this. They didn't want to let somebody go. They whatever. They were good cops, and they can't sit around and do what this Mickey Mouse organization has been doing these past few years, and it's getting worse. All that's left now are autistic order followers. There are very few honestly good cops in the room. Who are we wrong?
I don't know enough about the details of every single one of these things that are walking off the job.
Right.
But you know what? I feel there's a lot of police out there as well. A lot of them are walking off the job because they know they can't do to people what they have been doing.
Exactly.
And people are standing up for their rights more and more. And then there's things like YouTube out there. So they know their time is numbered. So it's either, I get caught, or I take a retirement. And you got 19 years in and you're a dirty person. You know what? And people are starting to sniff around you. It's better to say, hey, I don't like the way things are going. I'm getting out of here. I'm retiring early than getting fired and losing all that 20 years that you just worked. And, you hear a lot about police unions trying to direct policy and law. And then you hear a lot about how police get upset that they can't be the judge and jury at the street stop. How we're arresting people and they're letting them go. It's like, you know what? You do the arrest when someone breaks the law. After that, it's not your concern. You're there to uphold the law. And if that guy goes out there and breaks the law again, you know what you do? You arrest him. It's not the police officer's job to be judge and jury. All right, I'm glad you're upset. That's what a normal person is supposed to be. If a guy that you know is guilty of something gets off, you're supposed to be upset. But you don't go walk off the job because of it.
Well, I would rather 100 guilty
That's a
men
coward.
than have one innocent man punished for a crime he didn't commit. And these people seem to think the opposite way. They don't understand the concept of justice. They're worried about punitive. They want to punish people. They're not interested in actual justice, right?
Yeah.
There is no justice. There is just us.
Yeah, and it's just, if you think about it, there's some crimes that you could get a life sentence for. And there's some crimes that you could get 5 years for. Now, let's say, murder, involuntary manslaughter. I mean, you could get as little as 5 years for. Now, you take a look at rape. You could get 20 years for it. So if you're a disgusting and nasty person and you decide to go out and rape someone, wouldn't it be better for you because you're already a deviant and a criminal to go ahead and murder the person and throw them on the side of the road? You get less time.
I don't think
I'm not saying this is an evil person I'm talking about here, not a good person.
Hey, I don't believe that the type of people who think that way actually think that way, if you get what I mean.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
Dude.
I'm talking about a truly evil individual here. Not your run-of-the-mill person that you just explained it perfectly. You just explained it perfectly. The type of person that does that doesn't think that way. You're right.
Right.
But you know what? There's always going to be one in the bunch that does. And you know what? They could go ahead and say, all right, officer safety, because one officer was hurt, we treat everyone like this. Well, the same goes in the opposite direction.
No,
you got one evil person out there. You see what I mean? So that mentality that the police use should not be used. Sure, it makes it tougher. Oh, it makes the police jobs tough. It's like, excuse me, you show me where a person with a high school diploma can make over $100,000 a year with 8 weeks of training.
Right. Oh,
You know
God.
what? That's a tough job and it's a scary job. If you don't want to do it, don't. And you know what? Your pay shows what you're getting paid for.
Even your overtime.
The benefits alone.
Or the benefits are staggering in some cases. I mean, that
No other job in the world will give you a benefit like the police station does. And they still can't fill the positions. They treat people because, people commit crimes. We can't let you walk down the street. People commit crimes, so I need your ID. I need to violate all your rights because people commit crimes.
ID though, that ID, man. Oh my God, I cannot tell you how many times I have quietly walked away from a group of people being ID'd. I don't know why they didn't. Maybe they didn't ID me because they knew I wouldn't ID because of the way they started asking for ID. I stuck my hands in my pockets, hung my head, and walked away. Just went elsewhere because fuck you, I'm not giving it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Doing anything. I'm not. It's not illegal to stand here and you can fucking eat me. I'm not doing it. No. Just no.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you can tell me, all right, we're investigating a murder. All right, okay. When did the murder take place? Where did it happen? Well, we're investigating. Okay, fuck off. You're not investigating me for a murder because I didn't murder nobody. So go find somebody that did. Leave me the fuck alone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I mean, you know what? I mean, there's a simple. I mean, you said simple words, but it's not a simple idea.
Right.
It's not, and anything I say, you know what? You can't, and people will rip you for that too, because we both know that we're using simple words because we're speaking English. We're not speaking Hebrew, where it's a much different way to talk. We're talking English. English is a very loose, unprecise language. We're trying to describe complex ideas in simple words, and it's a very difficult thing to do. Go read a grammar book from the 1800s. They don't talk like we do today.
That's true. Have you ever tried to discuss time travel, like a time travel movie with someone using English? It's almost impossible to have a conscious, cognizant conversation that makes any kind of sense because you can't go do something in the past tomorrow. You can't, having done it yesterday, tomorrow. There's no capacity in English to speak of time travel.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a reason why. Yeah, and you have to think because time travel is not possible.
Okay.
You can't find time travel in the Torah, so you're not going to find it in real life.
All right. Well, folks, we have pretty well got
bigger conversation.
No, that's not what triggered it. I'm out of videos. I'm out of battery power. I'm out of my StreamYard's probably going to burp up a ghost here in a minute because it's been 2.5 hours. It has a limit. I don't know what the limit is yet. I think every hour it makes you put a piece of a puzzle in or something. I don't know. But like I said, Monday I have Sasquatch, and I'll have his channel information at some point. He's got a couple of cool videos. He's not an auditor. He's more of a cryptid researcher type. He goes and looks for people's Bigfoot stories, their dogmen stories, their Selkie stories, their elf and fairy and stuff like that. Good night, Tuesday. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. He also looks into aliens, ghosts, goblins, ghoulies, all that kind of stuff. I think it'd be great for right here around Halloween. Perfect. I'm glad he hit me up. And then Wednesday, I'm having an abstract look is the name of the channel. And I'm gonna probably throw a short up later with it for his link or shout out to his link or something. don't know. But yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on.
All right.
You did pretty good. You're a fairly loquacious individual. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. Got anything you want to tell everybody before we go?
No, that's about it. I wish I was able to read the chat as it was happening, but the screen is not that great over here. I was trying to watch it over in the YouTube, but with the lag, I wasn't able to keep track of everything.
That's about the only other way I could pull it off. I'm gonna look into doing. I've got a thing I can do with OBS. I just don't know how well it would work. I might be able to take your window and put it like under my window. I just don't know exactly how to do it. I'll have to fiddle with it. All of this is a work in progress. We're totally learning here. I just got my computer. I just got my monitors. I just started messing with the camera. Like, heck, me and you started our channel within about 2 weeks of each other.
All right.
So yeah,
We got about the same amount of subscribers too, I think.
yeah, pretty close. You're closing in on me, or the other way. I don't even know how many you got right now. I know you picked up about 5 here tonight.
Oh, that's good. You know, I think I'm up to like 315.
Yeah, I think I'm toting around 200, something like that.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks everyone for having me.
You have a good evening.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
That was like my first chat on YouTube, so this is all brand new to me.
Keep in mind, you get your hands on a laptop, you can set up StreamYards now that you have an account with them. You can set up StreamYards and do your own panels. You do not need 1,000 subscribers to go live. You need 1,000 subscribers to go live from your phone.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. Yeah, see, I want to be able. I want to be able to go live from my GoPro.
I get that, but that's a mobile device. That's your phone. You're going to need 1,000 subscribers for that. I can't help that. What you can do is you can utilize StreamYards to get your face onto other panels, into other I don't know, auditors channels would be my suggestion.
Yeah.
But just
I'd like to get one of these big timers.
Laugh at their jokes. That's the best I can. I'm gonna have Jeff is here or NC Tyrant Hunter on as soon as he feels up to it. He's been having some problems, and the man's still out there.
I know.
So I know.
He's told me.
I don't want to put nothing else on him, and I mean, the man's got God knows how many subs. Just because I was his 30, I think no need for him to take time out of his day. So at some point in time, he's going to have a decent day, and I'll actually hit him up. But he always said he'd do a show if I ever got a show going. He always said he would the whole time.
Yeah.
On 5 of his channels.
Yeah, I'd actually like to get a chance to talk to him because he really gave me my. He got me my first 100. You know, he gave me that jump that I needed to get going. You know, to at least get my word out there. Because without that first 100, 150, you're dead in the water. You're just like dead in the water.
I was utterly amazed when like my first joke got 2,500 views, and I was like, "Huh, it's kind of weird." A joke did that, and so I told some other jokes, and none of them did anything. And then I realized, wait a second, it wasn't so much the joke as it was how I told it. And so I went and looked at jokes real hard, and now I can tell a joke. Like, you ever play any video games?
Oh yeah.
You ever play Red Dead?
What is it?
Red Dead Redemption 2?
No, I haven't played. I've heard a lot about it on South Park.
All right. So are you familiar with the name of the main character in there?
No.
Oh well, the joke won't work for you.
All right.
It's kind of an in joke on that one. So I'll leave on this one. What do you call a cow in an earthquake? Milkshake.
All right,
man. Yeah, we're fixing to get off, Carrie. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. Anybody who comes in and views this before I take it down so I can edit it, y'all enjoy the extra footage. It's probably, I don't know, about an hour of me sitting around going, well, I wonder if I emailed the right stuff. I wonder if that's going to crash. But what can you do? It's live TV. What are we going to do? You have a good evening.
All right, man. Take it easy. Thanks, everyone.
Everybody have a great evening. And remember, don't let the man get you down.